Hello everyone, Matt Belair here from snowboardacademy.com, and welcome to your video for learning how to hit snowboard jumps. Now before you step foot in the snowboard park, it's very important that you can link turns together confidently using both edges. Ideally, you'd actually be able to carve as well using just the edges of your snowboard. This will allow you to dictate your speed going off jumps much easier and give you a lot more balance in the air. You should also be able to do ollies quite easily off rollers and nollies. The very first thing that you want to do is inspect the jump that you're going to be hitting. It means slowly riding up to the jump, checking it out, taking a view of the lip and the takeoff, seeing how far you need to travel, and having a look at the landing. Having a very good idea of what's going to happen when you go into the air. This is going to make you a lot more comfortable when you hit the jump for the first time. The first progressional step to learning how to get airborne and hit a snowboard jump is to simply ollie off rollers. So as you're going around the mountain, you find either a side hit or a roller. First, just cruise off the roller at a good speed, hands over tip and tail of the board, looking where you're going, and then just kind of suck your legs up as you go off of the jump or the roller. After you're comfortable with doing that, add your ollie into the jump. So as you find a roller, the second step is to find that same roller and just ollie, so it gives you a little bit more air time. Remember to look in the direction that you're going, equal weight on both feet, hands over the tip and tail of the board, load up the board ever so slightly onto your tail while keeping perfect posture, back straight, looking where you're going, and just a little pop, get yourself into the air, stay nice and balanced and relaxed, land with equal weight on both feet, and ride away. After you're extremely comfortable going around the mountain, ollie and getting airborne off rollers and side hits and anything that you can find, and you feel very confident, you're ready to go and hit your first snowboard jump. The first step to hitting your first snowboard jump is to check out the speed. So watch other riders going and hitting the jump that you want to hit. Make sure it's a very small feature to start with, and just watch riders one at a time, gauging their speed. If they're landing on the knuckle, which is just that part where the transition meets the flat part, you want to go a little bit faster than they're going. And if it seems that they're going a little bit too big and they're rolling down the windows and waving their arms, you might want to go a little bit slower than that. The next thing to do is pick your drop-in point. The drop-in point should allow you to make as little setup turns as possible. The more you're turning on the way to hitting your first jump, the more it's going to throw you off just that little bit. So try to find a spot where you can go relatively straight towards the jump. As you drop in, look at the takeoff of the jump. Get yourself nice and set up. As you begin to approach the bottom of the takeoff of the jump, make sure that your hands are over tip and tail of the board, slightly out in front of you. You're looking into the air where you're going to be going. You're going to want a flat base, equal weight over both legs, and you want to be looking in the direction that you're going. As you get to the lip of the jump, depending on the shape, if there's more lip, meaning it goes more vertical, you're going to want to keep your solid base nice and tight. And if it's a very flat takeoff, it's a lot easier to add an ollie. However, for your very first times, I just want you to keep a very flat base, kind of like a statue, equal weight on both feet, looking where you're going. So as you take off the lip, keep a nice flat base, just kind of absorb the landing, look where you're going, and coast into the air. Hands over tip and tail, looking where you're going, perfect speed, nice and natural, no big movements. As you're soaring through the air, keep your eyes fixed at where you're going. You should be at a nice, balanced position. As you see your landing come up, get ready to absorb the impact, continue looking where you're going, and ride away. And congratulations, you just hit your first jump. After you hit the jump a few times, just kind of remaining in a very nice and balanced position, not doing too much with your legs, the next thing that you're going to do is add just a little extension at the lip. Now you could ollie, and I find that when I ollie, I'm putting a little bit too much weight on my back leg. So I like to extend with equal weight on both feet. Then I suck my legs up into my chest, continuing looking where I'm going, gives me a nice balanced position. And if I decide, I can reach down and grab my board, making sure I'm looking where I'm going. As I'm soaring through the air, my eye is on my landing. As the landing comes into play, I release my grab, get ready to land with equal weight on both feet, absorb the landing, and ride away. Once you're very comfortable in the air, feel free to experiment with all types of grabs. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching part 1 of this Learn How to Hit Snowboard Jumps video. click here for part 2, where I'm going to finish up the lesson, and I'm also going to cover common problems for hitting your first jumps and how to overcome them so you can hit them safely. So I hope you liked the video. Just click here to see the next video, part 2, and if you liked it, feel free to comment, share, and subscribe, and I will definitely get back to you with all of your questions to help you master hitting those first snowboard jumps safely.